The environment in which the service operates today is vastly different from the environment that they operated in 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. And for those of you who were born perhaps in the 70s and earlier, I think you would have a good idea of what I'm talking about. The environment that our officers face today is one where they see a wider range of crime, some of which is more complex and far more dangerous than police officers of 2 generations ago. They're expected to respond to an increased level of gun crimes in particular, but also property crimes, financial crimes, crimes against the person, and in vogue these days is even cybercrime. Criminals have become more brazen. You see this. They've become more calculating and more savvy. In the case of gun crime, which I know concerns all of you, they are oftentimes as well equipped as the police service. I highlight this not to alarm you, but to underscore why it is so important for the public represented today by this congregation to play its part by assisting the police in every way possible. I've said it before, I can't say enough. If you see something, say something. We know that crime continues to be a major concern for the Barbadian public. And I take no solace in the fact that we are having a similar situation across the region, but it tells us that there's something happening that is not just local. In fact, only last week at a meeting in Jamaica, the Council of Law Enforcement Ministers and Ministers of National Security resolved that it was important for us to host in the region a special meeting to look at violence as a public health issue. The service must be complemented for responding to the many challenges that they face, and even with reduced manpower. We all know that over the years, the service has been unable to attract the number of recruits that it needs. In fact, I can tell you that early in our last term, and I think Assistant Commissioner can confirm this, we had a particular cohort at the training school of only 18 officers. 18 of our young men and women, only 18 in that year, were prepared to come forward and to join the service. I think the numbers have now moved up significantly, and we're now in our 40s. And if you have been following social media, you would have seen in the last day or so a very, very nice promotion inviting people to join the police service. We do need a few good men and women, in fact 250 to be precise.